Hello everyone, welcome. So in this video we are going to find the variance of few useful random variable. So we are going to start with a very simple random variable, that is the Bernoulli random variable. And what we know about this Bernoulli random variable, let's suppose this x is a Bernoulli random variable. Then we know this x can take two values, either success or failure, or you can even also say 0 or 1, 1 or -1, anything would work. So basically it takes two values, success, failure, and let's say that this random variable x is taking the value 1 with the probability p. So obviously it will take the value 0 with the probability 1 minus p. We are interested in finding the variance of this random variable x, that is the Bernoulli random variable. And what we know about this Bernoulli random variable, about the expectation of this Bernoulli random variable x, is nothing but p. How we can find the variance of this random variable x, that is the Bernoulli random variable? So we can make use of the definition of this variance. So it is nothing but the expected value of the square distance from the mean. So let's suppose we have this mean here is mu, so we can write here mu. So we are just finding the variance of this random variable x, that is nothing but the expected value of a square distance from the mean. And how we find the expected value of a function? So this is nothing but the expected value of a function, right? We can make use of the expected value rule, and we can expand this, or we can find the expected value of this kind of function. So that is nothing. What we are going to do, we are going to sum over all the random variable, that it is taking all those value, and we have gx, that is x minus mu square, and times the corresponding probabilities. So here we are going to run over all the values of random variable that it can take. In this case, in case of the Bernoulli random variable, this x will be 1 or 0, right? So we are going to run over all those values. So let's say that this small x, when random variable is taking the value 1, so when x is 1, the small x is 1, so here we will have 1 minus, and the expected value is p, so we are going to replace mu with the p square times the corresponding probabilities when x is 1. So when x is 1, the corresponding probability is p, so we are going to multiply here this expression with p, and plus, because we have to run over all the values of the random variable that it can take, the other value it can take is 0. So 0 minus mu is nothing but the p square, and the corresponding probability is 1 minus p. We can simplify this expression. What we will get is p minus p cube plus p cube, it will be plus p cube, and minus 2p square. Here we will have plus p square times 1 minus p, that is p square minus p cube. This p cube will get cancelled, and here we will have p minus p square, right? That we can write like p times 1 minus p. So the variance of this random variable x, that is a Bernoulli random variable, is nothing but p times 1 minus p. So we have seen through the definition that how we can find the variance of this random variable x, and in last lecture we have also seen that we can make use of this formula, and you will see that it will be lot easier to find using this formula. And in last lecture I have also described you that how we are getting this expression from the definition of the variance. So let's make use of this formula so that you have a good practice, and you will see you will get the same result. So the variance of this random variable x is expected value of x square minus expected value का square. How we can find the expected value of this random variable, that is x square? Here we have the random variable, that is x. So what will be x square? X can take the value 1 or 0. In this case, when we have a Bernoulli random variable, then x square will be same as x. You can see when x is 1, x square will be 1. When x is 0, x square will be 0. So in case of the Bernoulli random variable, the random variable x and x square both are same. So the expected value of this x square, that is the Bernoulli random variable, and expected value of this x will also be same. So that will be p minus, and we have seen that the expected value of this Bernoulli random variable is p, so that will be p square. So that is what we have got here earlier. We can write like this, that will be p times 1 minus p. So variance of the Bernoulli random variable is nothing but p times 1 minus p. Let's try to plot the variance as a function of p. Let's take this variance on y-axis and we are plotting against the p. So if you look at this expression, then what you will get is p minus p square. You will get some kind of downward parabola, and variance is 0 when p is 0, and also variance is 0 when p is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, overall you will get 0, right? And this p is nothing but the probability, so it can take the value from 0 to 1, and variance is 0 at these edge cases. And when you take the value p is equals to half, the variance will be maximum, that is 1 divided by 4, and overall we have this downward parabola. So we will have this kind of shape. So this will have the maximum when p is half, the variance will be 1 divided by 4. So what it tells you, that when you have randomness, or let's say you have a fair coin that have the equal probability, right, of getting head or tail, or you can, in other words, the randomness is more, so in that case you are getting the variance that is maximum. And if you have some coin that is some biased coin, let's say you are every time you are flipping a coin and you are getting the head, and every time you are flipping coin and you are getting the head, so it's the biased coin, then you can say that in this case either it will be case of these extreme cases, so there will be no information or there will be no randomness on that, so that is why the variance will be 0. So in some sense the variance is a measure of amount of uncertainty in random variable, or a measure of amount of randomness. So for a fair coin where you are not sure, or where we have equal probability of getting head or tail, then that is informative and that has the more randomness, that has the randomness. And let's say you have a coin that is biased coin, and every time you are flipping a coin you are getting the head, and this is not informative for us because we know the behavior, and we know that every time we will flip the coin we are going to get the tail, so that is not informative, and also that will not have any kind of randomness. So what variance tells you, that more the randomness, more the variance, and more the information, more the variance. And if you have something that is that have no information or that have no randomness, then in that case variance will be 0. So I have talked about the edge cases, and we can also have the cases where it can varies between those edge cases. Now let's look at another random variable, that is a uniform random variable, and let's try to calculate the variance of the uniform random variable. So this is a probability mass function of a uniform random variable, and we have already gone through all these points. So this x is a uniform random variable, and this x can take the value 0, 1, 2 till n. So this random variable x is taking the value from 0 to n, and since this x is a uniform random variable, so taking the value by this random variable 0 or 1 or any of 1 will all have the same probability, or will be equally probable. So how many such value that random variable can take? So it is from 0 to n, that is n plus 1 such values that random variable can take. Since we are talking about the uniform random variable, taking those value by this random variable will be equiprobable, so that is why we have this probability, that is 1 divided by n plus 1. So random variable will take the value 2 with the probability 1 divided by n plus 1, or random variable will take the value n with the probability 1 divided by n plus 1. What we know about the expectation of this random variable, that is uniform, by looking at the PMF from the symmetry, we can say that the expectation will be at n divided by 2. We are interested in finding the variance of this random variable x, that is a uniform random variable. We can make use of the formula, so that is expected value of x square minus the expectation of this random variable x ka square. How we can find the expected value of x square? If you look at what we know the random variable x, we know what are the values that can be taken by this random variable x, and we are interested in finding the expectation of x square. We have already seen how to deal with such kind of situation where we just want to find the expectation of another random variable that is a function of some original random variable. We can make use of the expected value rule. So if random variable is taking the value 0, x is equals to 0, then x square will take the value 0 with the same probability, and if random variable is taking the value 1, then x square will be 1 square, and so on. and each will have the equal probability. So this is the expected value of this random variable x square, minus we know the expectation of, or the mean of this random variable x, that is at n by 2, so that will be n divided by 2 square. How we can find this summation? We can make use of the formula. So that will be n divided by n plus 1 times n into n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 divided by 6 minus n divided by 2 square. This n plus 1 will get cancelled. Overall we will have 2n square plus n divided by 6 minus n square divided by 4. We can take the LCM, that will be 12. Here we will have 4n square plus 2n minus 3n square. So overall we will be getting n square minus 2n, so sorry, plus 2n divided by 12, that we can write like this: 1 divided by 12 into n plus 2. We can look at the more general case of uniform random variable, and here what we have seen, that uniform random variable is taking the value from 0 to n. So we can take a general case where uniform random variable can start taking any value from a to b. If you observe this PMF or this PMF, so this PMF is nothing but the shifted version of this PMF. Let's suppose that the probability mass function, so the random variable x has this kind of probability mass function, right? So then what we can say, that x plus c will have this kind of probability mass function, right? So we are just shifting the probability mass function, that is all. And from our last video what we have seen, that if we are adding some constant to random variable, the variance will have no effect on that. So we can directly make use of this expression to find the variance of general case where random variable have started taking the value from a till b. How many such values that a random variable can take? That will be b minus a plus 1, right? And this random variable x is a uniform random variable, and each will have the equal probability, and random variable can take the value from b minus a plus 1, right? So this, what is this? This is the number of elements that a random variable can take, right? So random variable x can take the value a, or maybe b, or maybe a plus 1, maybe a plus 2 till b, right? So if you have not already gone through my previous video, I would recommend to just go through that, then you will be easily able to understand. And if you look at here, this n from this PMF, this n you can think of like this: n minus 0, and that here that will correspond to n is equals to b minus a. You can directly make use of this expression. You can write the variance of this random variable x for this shifted PMF, that will be 1 divided by 12, and n will be b minus a times b minus a plus 2. So this is the variance of a uniform random variable where random variable x can take any of the value from a to b.